Hey, my name is Adrian, episode 3 of Project 30. This is all about my cycling journey, especially where it started and kind of where it's going. As you know, and I said it in the previous video, I'm a COVID baby. Well, a lot of people are COVID babies, which just means we started cycling because of COVID or during the COVID time. I actually don't know why that is. I think it's because the gym's kind of closed and people want to do something else. I didn't want to run because honestly, frankly, I just hate running. I don't hate running, it's nice, but it's nothing close to biking. And I borrowed my sister's bike at that time, which was a mountain bike, which was way too small for me. And I traveled to Tegernsee, which is around, like, back and forth, 150 kilometers. Imagine 150 kilometers with a mountain bike that is too small for you in normal clothes. That was me. It was no power meter, no bike computer, nothing. It was just me and the bike, and that's how I fell in love with it. But today is not about my past. Today is all about the future. As you can see, I'm sitting in the middle of a car. We're going to Tegernsee because I thought I'm training. I want to be the best cyclist I can be in the future. What do I need to do? I need to do a 20-minute test. Just for reference, as you set up your training, whatever, whether it's in the gym or cycling, you need a baseline. And this baseline is this 20-minute test. As you know, there's the full hour test, which I'm not doing, fuck no, because anyone who has experienced cycling knows how hard a 1 hour test is, which means basically from start to finish, 1 hour you go as hard as you can. Then there's obviously the lab test, which is the most accurate. They do a lactate test and they do a VO2 max test, but that's the best test, but that's in the future. And then there's the ramp test, which you can do on your indoor rider, whether it's Swift or on any other indoor training app. And then there is this test, the 20-minute test, where you go outside in the real world and you cycle for 20 minutes as hard as you can. And since it's 20 minutes and I cannot do this where I live, me and my girl, we are traveling again to Tegernsee. Honestly, one of my favorite places. I wish I could live there. Hopefully I will live there one day. So follow me and like that shit. There's a little big hill which goes 25 minutes uphill, and there I can do this 20-minute test without a problem. And that's where we're heading. Am I fully prepared? No. Am I sore? Yes. Have I been lifting too much and cycling a little bit too much this week? Yes. Which is not good, because for the 20-minute test you should have full power to get the best result, because it kind of sets up your training. Well, how it works is you do a 20-minute test and then you try to have the highest average wattage. And then you take 95% of that, and that is basically your FTP, which means you use that number to set up your entire training. All your zones and your power wattages, whatever. That's it. fast. God damn it. I need uphill. Not good. Come on. You fucked it up. Ah. Oh. Fuck you. Scheiße. Post 20-minute test, the good and the bad. I aimed for 320 watts for 20 minutes. That's what I wanted to be able to hold, or what I estimated I could hold, and it would be pretty nice if I could hold that. That was how I went into the 20-minute test. The first 10 minutes were awesome. I held everything pretty well, everything was going good. Then minute 11, 12, 13, I was like, ooh, this is getting kind of tough, but still manageable. I had to drop the power a little bit because the first 10 minutes were, the power was around 325, yeah. Then went down, and then at 15, 16 minutes, I reached the peak of the climb. I underestimated how fast I would go up that hill. So I was up there, I still had 4 minutes left, and it just went downhill. And honestly, I like being alive, and I didn't want to press all the power down and go 60 kilometers an hour downhill or even faster, where there are cars and there's bikes and everything. So I wasn't able to do full 20 minutes. I could have been able, like at the end I held 16 to 17 minutes, 315 watts, which means, and I'm pretty confident because I still had a little bit in me, I just saved it a little bit for the end, that I can hold 20 minutes around 315 to 320 watts, and that's good enough. It's a little bit of sweet, yeah, it is. I wish I could have held that for 20 minutes, but I reached the peak of that hill and then I just went downhill, and yeah. Next time I need to start earlier on the same route, or I need to find a different hill. It was good. Let's enjoy the day.